See you joining us now, economic pro Mitch Roschelle with Macro Trends Advisors, and Chris Bedford. He's a senior editor at The Federalist. Mitch, what do you make of the White House? It's good to see you gentlemen both. Thank you so much. The White House blaming its downgraded forecast, Mitch, again on the pandemic, Russia, Ukraine, Republicans, and Trump. And they initially predicted 6.6 inflation. It's running higher than that at a 40-year high, 8.6. What do you make of all this?
I thought when they were all running around last week saying that inflation was zero, it's amazing that when they realized that they were wrong, they crawl back into their holes. The reality on the ground is that inflation is here. It's sticky. There are any number of forces that are continuing to drive up prices that every single American pays. And, you know, they love to talk about following the science and following the economists. But the reality is it's hard to find an economist who doesn't think that inflation is going to be here for quite a while.
So what Mitch just said, Chris, you know, there's no White House media appearances on that. It was all about student loan debt forgiveness. What do you think?
You know, there's lots of different things you can lie about and fudge when you're a politician. You can take credit for the stock market or not take credit for it. But it's really difficult to not take credit for this when you're in charge and everyone's feeling it. Your experts can say whatever they want, but if you go to the grocery store, you go to restaurants, you go anywhere, you go to the gas station, you're feeling it all the time. And at the same time, they're coming out with things which are seemingly completely and totally non-answers, like Peter Doocy asking today, who exactly is paying for this? Where's all this money coming from? You can't just cancel debt. This is not simply monopoly money, or it is, and maybe we can all just finally admit that. The White House spending more money, the Debt Reduction Act, which is more poorly named than the Patriot Act, kind of backfired to the point that even CNN is questioning them. They don't have any answers to this. They're just trying to gin up their base at a time when a lot of people are really hurting from this. It's extremely expensive to live.
So we see more political theater coming out. You guys would agree. The president's going to hold a unity summit about unity in September. Critics say he's further divided an already divided nation. He inherited a V-shaped recovery from Trump. And now he's calling Republicans extremists at every turn, blames Trump and Republicans for his failures. And now this, Mitch, Charlie Crist has his own Hillary deplorables moment, says he does not want the vote of those who support Florida Governor DeSantis in his run for governor. Watch this.
Those who support the governor should stay with him and vote for him, and I don't want your vote. If you have that hate in your heart, keep it there.
So people who support Governor DeSantis are haters? What is wrong with the Democrat Party today? We are all Americans. We're one. We're trying to fix the country. And this guy's talking about Republican voters because they're for DeSantis are, quote, haters? This is off the wall.
It's totally off the wall. And I live in Florida, Liz, as you know. And what has happened in the state of Florida, and Ashley nailed it in that package at the top of the segment, is when you deregulate, when you have no taxes, when you take away all the barriers to entry to create businesses and employ people and to accumulate wealth, you get prosperity. And I guess what DeSantis' opponent doesn't like is prosperity, because the people who are into freedom, liberty, and prosperity apparently are the bad people. You know, listen, any politician may have one particular policy that they don't like.
We got to get to this.
Prosperity is a good thing.
Yeah, Biden and Democrats. We got to turn to this, Chris, quickly. They're wiping out U.S. oil and energy jobs. Climate czar John Kerry's, working with environmentalists about that. U.S. no longer energy independent under Biden. Democrats will not talk about this. At least 20 million U.S. homes now behind on their utility bills as prices soar. Chris, that's about 1 in 6 American homes. This is the worst ever. Your final word.
During this past heat wave, because I live in an old house with old windows, my electric bill spiked hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month, and we were still losing air conditioning. People have been cranking it during this heat wave, and then you're starting to worry. These bills are coming in. Oh my gosh, this is the biggest I've ever seen. How am I going to pay the next one? It's causing consternation all across the country and people, and it's because of high energy prices.
Got it. Mitch Roschelle, Chris Bedford, thank you for joining us.